Welcome back, boys and girls. Game number 2 of Vici versus Cloud9 right around the corner. Man, another 20-minute game. This could be the fastest day one ever.
You know, everyone's making all the beyond the schedule jokes, and we're just sitting here like...
Finally, we get on schedule, and it's like, well...
We're ahead of the schedule. We gotta change our name.
I mean, we could be done by 4 o'clock today if this is another quick game. Ridiculous.
Good for the EU people.
It is. Actually,
Is it?
Right, it is. Well,
I guess so.
Good-ish.
Kind of.
Yeah, it doesn't run until like 5 a.m.
But
that's good.
But if it's an amazing best of 3, you'll stay up until 5 a.m.
I felt like at Summit 2, we got a lot of feedback of, man, this is terrible for European time zones. And I saw a lot of feedback that, man, this is great for European time zones this time. And the schedule was close to the same.
Pretty much the same, but with less delays so far. So let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
so...
Game 2, it's starting. We've got a draft underway here, Merlini. You think they'll switch it up, LD? Will Cloud9 be pushing again?
I definitely think we'll see something a bit different from them. I think we saw this in the Secret IG Best of 5 in Red Bull as well, where Secret tried for some very aggressive pushing strats. They won the one game with Draw Visage, but then IG was ready for it, and those strats stopped working as well. Vici Gaming seemed ready for some early push. I think we're going to see them go back to more of their comfort zone, a little bit more late game, a little more versatile. And,
I mean, to be honest, I don't think late game's the way to go for them, though, just because Vici's so strong early. They are, I mean, if any team benefits from this patch, it is...
Not greedy late game, but like they have. It's not all about like that 5-man group up.
Yeah,
I guess I'm
not
saying.
that 5-man.
I mean, they had Luna, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, she had so much momentum.
She doesn't have time to shine, dude. It's not going to get that late.
That's kind of.
Well, she was shining already. Had the Immortal, but
whoa,
bam,
whoa.
All right,
let's take a look at this draft here. Let's see what these teams are cooking up with the initial bans and have a gander.
Woo! Cloud9 has first pick this time.
Okay.
We sometimes don't see. Yeah.
Look at the respect. Wisp Alchemist.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, the Alchemist was like, WTF, what do we do about it? Like, I don't actually know what they should do about it. Some people are like, oh yeah, pick AA so he doesn't regen, but that's not that great of a solution, I'd say, because it still doesn't really shut him down in lane. Yeah, Leshrac like owned everybody and got the farm, but like you could have done that with a lot of heroes. The Alchemist in the mid versus DK was a very big problem if you're Cloud9.
And Vici, they ban out Gyro and Chen, so we will see some different faces this go around. Cloud9 will stick to a tried and true classic of theirs, the Beastmaster. Probably your Fada hero mid, but
I do find it interesting that they dealt with the Chen so hard last game and they still ban it this time around. That is
interesting, actually.
Well,
the thing is, I expected.
They might not have any other tricks up their sleeve aside from the Bounty Hunter. So
and right away, Vici Gaming out of the gates. Draw Visage, we're coming at you.
Man.
We're going to try to rock this lating stage and take a lot of
Both of the Vici drafts have just been taking some classic Cloud9 elements. First, it was just straight first pick Beastmaster, which Cloud9 obviously really likes, and they did do this game. And then the Drow Visage, which I would say that Cloud9 brought to the forefront of competitive a few patches ago.
No doubt. And like we mentioned before, Cloud9 has done that very same Bounty Hunter strategy against Chens in the past, more than once for sure. Broodmother, early pick up for Cloud9.
Well, you see Draw Visage already. It's a pretty good brood game, so
they can
be scary.
I mean, the thing is, there's a lot more There's a lot more laners that can deal with Broodmother, just because LC is much more viable this version. Sand King's pretty popular as a support. Darkseer's made a resurgence, also can deal with Broodmother. Axe is still like okay at dealing with her, so I've never been a fan of first pick Broodmothers, first phase, as well as first phase Phantom Lancers, I would say. So
does Ice play Darkseer? Is that in his? I know he has a very diverse hero pool.
I mean, the main reason to pick it here for C9 is if you just
he played Darkseer earlier today.
Oh, okay.
They think it's really good against Drow Visage, and they expect Vici may well ban it in the second stage. So I guess that's the thought process here for Vici.
This is the second time they've banned Invoker, too.
All right. Quasflex Invoker does or even any Invoker. Exort is pretty nice for the pushing.
I mean,
also.
now Vici Gaming only has 2 Invoker players. You know, they lost Black, so I don't
it's
even know why you're banning this hero against them. But
another PL ban from Vici.
Have we seen any Exort Invokers in the new patch, or is it still all, I think everyone I've seen has been Quasflex.
I've seen all Quasflex as well.
Just seems a bit stronger. Or
yeah, just offers a lot of...
It's just going to take that one amazing Exort again, though.
It's just a lot more dynamic. I think Exort is still very powerful if you really need the Forged Spirits. You need that early Necro book. You can fit well into a pushing strat with big damage, but...
Well, you can still... I mean, there's like the classic SD Invoker Centaur, and SD's made a comeback. Centaur's kind of made a comeback, too. So
Centaur seems like he could be ridiculous if teams just find a way to get him that early momentum.
Yeah. The Aghanims on him is just
I do like
powerful.
the Invoker ban in general, though, because Vici Gaming picked Drow, and that just makes Invoker so much stronger. Normally his laning
Yes.
is his big weakness.
Yes, I would say, yeah, Quas Wex Invoker is pretty weak without a Drow, laning-wise.
And Shadow Fiend also banned out. Sort of a similar story there. Makes his early laning phase a bit easier. What does Vici ban with their 4th? What are they afraid of here?
Naga, maybe? They banned Naga last game.
It's always a safe ban.
Yeah,
Actually,
you definitely
there
want
it is, yeah.
You definitely would have banned someone who benefits from the brood space, so
Yeah.
Naga fits the bill.
This could be a good Spectre game for Cloud9. Hero Envy likes to pull out. Pretty good against the Drow.
Yeah, it does get on top of her instantly, but at the same time, not the strongest laner, and
No, I don't think they can pick Spectre, because if they do, they'll get aggro tried.
Oh, good point, actually. Who else is really good against the Drow Visage lineup? I mean, the gap closers in general are good. Clockwork, he can be an option.
So-so. They're both like kind of good versus
They
each
don't
other.
need
the
an
gap
offlaner
closers
here,
are all
so.
good against Drow, but you have to find a way to like get through the laning
Centaur's good.
stage.
Yeah.
Centaur's really good, but
I don't think Centaur can fit into this draft now for Cloud9. Unless they put Beastmaster on the 4, which is
yeah, I don't.
unlikely.
They could put the Beastmaster on the 4. That would be the main way, but
Yeah.
I don't think
I
we'll
don't
see
see that happening.
It's
no.
been fun to Beastmaster like every game.
Oh, yeah.
So Vici still need a Brood counter.
Sand King, okay, they take the Axe. Well, that's easy.
You generally want, I would say, at least one, but generally two, I would say, heroes that can deal with Brood.
So you don't think Axe by himself is enough?
I mean, you want like, Axe Storm or like Axe Bat, something, I don't know. It's generally just a lot safer. Or like a carry that can transition into dealing with it. Like let's say an Axe and a Lesh. Lesh can deal with it later, but not in the early phase. So you need someone to deal with him laning, and then later you just want people to be able to push out lanes so Brood can't take out your towers. So it just depends on what phase of the game, but Vici are a smart team.
They could still take the Sand King as their second support also.
Yeah. They might want more range though.
Yeah.
Right, so
Just also a little tricky sometimes having Axe and Sand King on the same team. They both want to work the jungle around that same time to get the Blink Dagger.
Well, and Visage and Sand King, both heroes generally want quite a bit of farm,
yeah.
so they may want a slightly like just stronger basic laning support, like a Dazzle perhaps. For
That's
Vici
spicy.
gaming.
Tusk for Cloud9. I
That's
feel
cool.
like that needs almost
That's-
has to be a support here.
That's a cool pick.
you can get to the Drow Ranger this way.
Did,
Yeah.
Although-
did he get changed significantly in the latest patch?
Did they change
yeah, he had a-
Snowball
he had
once
an
again?
axe.
Is it now?
Snowball, you can like pull your teammates in while you're rolling or something, was it?
Snowball got changed a little bit. Yeah. They also don't get like automatically drag them, but he
Oh,
got
they
some
don't
slight,
get automatically dragged.
he got like slight buffs. He has the Ags upgrade, which is very underwhelming, I would say. But I mean, it is a hero that like Empire use, right? Especially with melee bruiser, such as the Troll Warlord, or anyone that does really good in man fights, Lifestealer, something like that.
Let's see. Pulling up the official Tusk notes here.
You need someone, I think, who can benefit from closing the distance, though. Like Beastmaster and Brood don't necessarily benefit that well from closing the distance.
Okay, so Ice Shards were buffed across the board. Mana cost reduced from 120 to 90. Cooldown reduced second or 2 seconds at each level.
More vision, I think.
Ice Shards reveal for 2 seconds now, up from 0.5. Those are all pretty big buffs, actually. Snowball speed is also now a constant 675. That was one of the things slows kind of countered Tusk in the past, and now that's not an issue. So, interesting. Very exciting. I don't think we'll see that Aghanims, though, although Walrus Kick is a pretty cool idea for a spell, I have to admit.
Still needs some tweaking.
Yeah, so here we go. Rubik for Vici Gaming, their second support, one that's much less greedy, and, well, tried and true
So
classic for this
Fenrir
team.
Visage, FY Rubik probably. You've got your Haldrow. I guess it's an Ice X most likely.
Yeah.
Unless they want to try and run him against the Beastmaster mid, but I think we'll see probably something else for Super.
Who does super play here? There is still a Queen of Pain in the pool.
Think about Cloud9.
like a dirty
what do they
Viper
want with
type pick.
Tusk?
Ooh.
That's my question. Like they picked a Tusk. They want to roll in, and then what? You don't want to roll in like insatiable hunger. That's dumb. You don't want to run in
dumb.
in wild axes. There's no synergy there. So they need someone that synergizes well with a snowball. And I'm not like before. I would say, okay, troll. You go and you whirling axes. He starts beating on people with battle trains.
Right.
That's really good, right?
Who's that hero now?
Yeah,
in
who's
this
that hero
patch?
now? And I don't know. So I would say Cloud9. they will pick someone to synergize with the snowball.
They have to get a lot out of it, because otherwise they've got so many melee heroes against Drow Visage, even Axe. Like, all of these heroes excel against those if they don't get burst down right away.
Also, people sometimes pick Tusk to like counter hard long disables, like RP or Roar or something like that. Although some people like SD more for that now, so that's another way they could pick Tusk. But I don't think that's the case this particular game. I mean, it could also be a core Tusk. Things.
It's possible.
Yeah, I've seen mid Tusk before, run by one of the CIS
maybe
teams.
we will see a Walrus kick. I mean, it is certainly possible. Keeper of the Light now. That is definitely with one of their.
I mean, I don't see Envy playing any of these heroes. So
Envy Tusk.
What is the the Envy hero?
I'm looking at the hero list, thinking about who would synergize well, but God, I don't know. Clinks? I don't think it's a good Clinks game.
Clinks is okay.
Is he good against Drow?
I mean, I think he's pretty good hero in general. He's nice and tanky.
I guess with the Skeleton Walk, he's pretty speedy. He can kind of sneak up on her.
But, I mean, they already have Coddle for anti-push, so they don't really have to worry about it.
I mean, there's no PL. They banned the Storm.
And Vici bans the Sniper of all heroes. I don't think Sniper wants to get in the snowball with Tusk.
He also doesn't really benefit from Keeper of the Light that much.
Yeah.
So someone who's like uses mana well would.
Sniper is really good against Visage, though. He can kind of snipe down the birds.
Yeah. Oh, this Cloud9 draft feels just crazy. Like I'm sure there is a very thoughtful game plan behind all the picks, but having not seen this combination of heroes before, it's just all theory crafting.
I don't know what Vici's going to do for their mid. I think if it were another team, like maybe like something like Windrunner,
some sort of ranged hero.
What about Ursa for the Tusk to pair with the Tusk?
Ursa would be really good.
Get up on the
I like Ursa.
Ursa would
actually
be
a really
pretty
good pick.
I
think that's about my best guess.
It's a good call.
Also, they're dire. They can Roche. Vici get the Pugna, though, who's pretty damn good against Ursa.
Good versus Brood.
Also a great pushing hero. Also a decent superhero.
You're right. That is that secondary hero that can deal with the Brood later on with...
yeah. He's also, like...
I like Pugna a lot this game, actually.
Yeah, there's no super heavy...
The ward's going to do some work, too.
There's no super heavy incasters, though. One thing that's cool is you can... you can actually, like, as soon as he starts channeling the Blinding Light, you can... Or the Illuminate from high ground, you can just jump on him with Axe. So that's, like, a kind of cool thing that you can... That can maybe help the high ground push.
So if Cloud9 don't want Ursa here, maybe Pug is enough to deter that. Are there any other real viable options that come to mind here? I mean, PA also.
Troll, Jug maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't like Jug that much here. I mean, last patch it was Troll. This patch, I have no idea. Actually, I haven't seen Tusk in ages.
PA kind of. I guess you can snowball in and then you can jump out. Yeah, that's right. It's a lone druid.
I mean, Vlad just started giggling hysterically, so I'm not sure what that's about. But
Russia casters think he's funny.
It is different. That's for sure. Are we gonna see that lone druid eggs at long last?
Why lone druid?
I'm split push with the Brood.
I don't know.
I'm at a little bit of a loss.
It should win in the 1-on-1 matchup versus Axe. I think that's a pretty good thing. But aside from that, I don't know.
But isn't Axe?
Isn't Axe going to be matched up against
the Axe against the Brood?
Probably. I mean, maybe they want to put E in. I don't know. The lone druid. What are his strengths? He's good at pushing. He's tanky. He can split push if he gets Radiance. Or actually, I guess he can split push Axe now. He's really good at sieging towers. He's good at taking Roche. What else?
That's a lot of things that he's good at. Yeah.
But I mean, none of the, like. He doesn't really need space though, which is why because he's so good in his lane that Broodmother is. It's not counterintuitive. It's just they overlap in a lot of their strengths. They push. They can split push. They're good in lane.
Yeah, they're good in lane, and they don't... I mean, the lone druid scales pretty well. We actually saw a Brood that just wrecked face, even towards the late game the other day, but that seems fairly unusual.
Cool.
Well, we'll move into a short pause here to get this game started. A lot of question marks surrounding this Cloud9 draft.
I mean, to me, the biggest question mark is, like, what is the plan with the snowball? Like Ben brought up earlier, right?
Wait, who's playing it?
It's Big Daddy on the top.
Is it just maybe it's to rescue people when they get called is the main idea?
Maybe, but I mean...
But normally when you see Tusk, it's like the rescue's nice, but you really want them just for that initiation from the snowball.
Because if they all clump up, they can just get 3-man call, they can get Visage Burst stun, they all get owned by Pugna, Blast, Drow, Gust. Like, there's so many things that you don't want to group up for Snowball for, which is why I'm curious to see why they picked it up so early. Maybe he's wanting to play it, have some fun.
My
Little
snowstorm
Tusky?
has returned. I'm going to lose the producer for this game.
It's Tusk, dude.
It's Tusk, dude. He's invading my headset. It's rough. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, okay, never mind. Thought we were ready. Cloud9 having a couple sound issues here. Looks like we're all having sound issues. That's good. Oh, I'm glad Pugna is getting some love, though. I feel like Pugna is just
I love Pugna.
He's just been buffed and
always
buffed.
makes fun of me for it.
I like him because he's high risk, high reward.
Yeah?
He's squishy as hell. He likes to fight early. He likes to take aggression towards the enemy team.
He's been buffed, like, nothing but buffed, like, 6 times in a row or something. It's been a long time since he's been
He's just
remotely
badass,
nerfed.
dude. He's like this little midget skeleton, but he's got that cool cape going on, you know.
He reminds me a lot of
Does he have the Immortal?
Nope. Oh, no, I don't think so.
Boo.
He can definitely afford it.
That's not the Immortal, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's a ward.
I haven't seen it yet.
Looks like Vici may consider aggro try here. Axe in the safe lane. So they are trying to anticipate the off-lane brood. So Axe can get the matchup that he wants. And it looks like it may be successful. LD headed to the top.
No, I'm right here, dude.
Oh. Maybe that's why they picked it. They knew you were casting.
Is it going to be Drow mid? He looked like he was heading around the mid. I don't think so. Pugna really needs levels. So I've seen him run in a tri-lane a lot, especially by Alliance, but we'll see. TBD. Maybe they want to see the matchup first.
If it is a Pugna mid, what do you think about the Rubik, Dro, Visage, aggro try?
I mean, it's 3 range with the Drow
Very
aura.
scary. They are a bit squishy, but at the same time, tri-lane against
Kill
Keep
the
Light can
bear.
be hard.
I wonder if he's going to lift it.
Panda's in trouble. Yeah, there's your telekinesis. They pull it back. They'll get it down to about half health. Quite a bit of damage on.
Ooh, no stout. That is bold.
I was like, oh, oof. That's why he's taking so much damage.
Man, one time I watched this Lone Druid player who had a stout on his hero the whole entire game instead of his bear. And
Well played.
It was sad. His bear kept dying. He's probably like, why did my bear keep dying?
Gee, I wonder why. Okay. So Ice will go safe lane. It looks like Cloud9, a 2-1-2 coming out, perhaps.
He just doesn't care. He's like, I'm going to take this bounty rune, and you're not stopping me. And with the call, they'll get the double bounty rune, and
Nice.
he walks away.
It's worth it.
You didn't take too much damage there. That's
You get half a level, dude.
yeah, that's incredible.
Call is really good this game.
So we'll be Howen mid. I don't...
This is quite the audible.
It looked like they were setting up for it before, but I think most teams would run Pugna mid. Just because Pugna can just seize your tower constantly, Beastmaster can't do that much about it. And also, Pugna has a lot better rune control. But Hao will be able to secure a lot of farms and levels, and it will help out as tri-lane because he will get a lot more agility and levels and precision.
They also blocked the pull camp, which means if they pull the wave and get a double wave going, oh, hold that.
Wow.
Oh,
Misery in a lot of trouble already. Huge damage. It's a first blood. FY draws it again. Big Daddy wrapping around the backside, though. EE taking big burst damage. Are they going to get 2 out of this? EE, he may live, but now it's Big Daddy on the run. The bear doing what little he can. 2 low health heroes, and they'll live. Just a 1 for nil, but
that was a
strike
really sick lift by FY. He like lifted him. He anticipated where he was going to be and lifted him in a terrible position for him to be caught out. And now he has to have less than ideal illuminates.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one, but
FY still gets hit.
They blocked the camp as well, which means if C9 doesn't deward this, they can go for a pull a bit later with the first catapult, and then they have a double wave or like 1.5 waves going in.
What an illuminate.
With
It's
the
all
Pugna
3.
as well.
That's beautiful. Ice shards almost knock off the solve, but
Yeah,
FY will keep it.
This illuminate seems like it's the main tool they're going to have against the pressure.
Envy still doesn't have a single last hit, though. At the very least, they're doing a good job keeping the bear off the creep wave.
And like we talked about, this is a hero you want to dominate the lane, not just sit back and trade or...
Did Brood go for Spider Lane?
Oh, hold that thought right now. And now it's Envy that's in trouble. Damage coming his way as Ice 3 throws out a pause. Balat does not approve. I love having the Russian casters so nearby. Ice is hungry.
Once this kill.
What did skill build did Brood go for? Okay, he went Broodlings. You'll see some go Bite versus Axes. It's curious.
So does Envy die here? I think they have the damage. Oh yeah, it's a dead Druid. This time Super gets credit for the kill.
Are we sure that wasn't a psychological pause there? Let him rue his last moments on that life.
You can never be sure, LD. Fata gets a regen.
Vlad's still laughing. I don't know about what. He's cackling.
I think he thinks Ice was trying to rub it in a little bit.
It's possible.
That's
Beastmaster
my
is starting to
suspicion.
dominate that mid lane, though. It's going ahead against the Dro. I guess a slightly difficult lane for the Dro Ranger, at least early on.
It is.
Beastmaster has really huge base damage.
And he has a sick attack animation.
And he's 3 heroes, basically, with these 2 4s early on. Good news is they have the Axe versus Broodmother matchup. This is something they can look to farm a lot on Ice, and Bone can't really pressure him directly. At best, they're just going to be trading farm here, it looks like.
Oh, level 2 Gust.
That's
You usually see Frost Arrows very early so he can harass him in lane, but he's going...
It's a more defensive build, it feels like.
Yeah. Is he saving a skill point?
3.
no, he has 1 point in
Okay.
stats.
Nice. Easy stats.
Aggro try still going pretty well here. Pugna farming nicely. Lone Druid still getting nothing. Envy has 1 last hit right now at 3 minutes. Maybe he'll get a couple here under the tower, but this aggro try seems more than successful for Vici so far. Super's getting decent CS.
Yeah, what does Tusk do here? I'm still
Could try
struggling
to
to
gank
comprehend it.
mid. I feel like that's the main lane that could be pressured.
Well, they did manage to de-ward at least one of the sentries.
But not the Observer, and they're going to try to gank the Bear now. Vici with the Grave Chill
Soul
coming out.
Assumption might have the damage.
Oh, this is really bad. He doesn't have it for 80 seconds.
300 gold for Fenrir.
And experience.
And the experience, yeah. And their aggressive tri-laning, that is gigantic for Vici.
Well, at some
Gaming.
point, Fada's going to try and take over this lane, though. Nighttime's right about to hit. Let's see what rune he gets. This could be the lane changer.
Hoping for something aggressive here. It's a
Oh,
bounty.
yeah, that's a good one.
And an illusion down bottom. Yeah, not the runes he wanted. Moosery. Oh, look at this from FY. He's going to eat through the trees. Still gets hit by the Illuminate. I like the thought process, but not happening.
He looked like he was close to going for that lift, drop back,
Yeah.
and dive.
Cool idea.
I'm surprised they didn't put a ward behind the tower since they're playing so aggressively. Maybe they couldn't get it off.
They
the
have
start.
one. I think it's blocking
Yeah.
the pull camp there, or is it just
No,
a
it's just for
off to the
vision.
side?
Ideally, you want it under the tower so you can see exactly where Coddle is and then keep lifting him.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Snowball in on 2. Illuminate connects on 2 as well. Fenrir very low, but they've dropped Big Daddy in a matter of seconds.
Wow.
Fenrir barely
By the
lives.
Super!
Oh, the plays.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh. It's only a 1-0, but Vici making it happen.
Super with the plays.
That was so impressive.
Fenrir just limps away. Looks like he'll just suicide to the neutrals here. Spends his money.
Already spent his gold. Yeah, he's in
Nicely
good shape.
done.
And meanwhile, you've got an Axe versus Brood. That's just not a matchup Brood can win. It's at best you just trade and
He can win it without the Spiderlings.
It looks
yeah.
like the
but, I mean,
Brood's doing okay. 17 last hits.
then you're a Brood with no Spiderlings in the mid game. You have to really dominate.
You
the
get
lane.
a lot of levels though. I think like at 8 you can start transitioning into it. It's not that bad. I've seen Padrino do it.
But this build just feels. I mean, he just finds the Spiderlings. Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean,
there's like
this is
1300
a really bad scenario though. At least with incapacitating bite, you can't feed the axe.
Yeah.
Look at his CS. He has 50, and Brutalings give a lot of experience and gold. So
Yeah, I mean, compare those to Treants. It's just like buckets of gold.
Look at this Axe's farm. He can have like a 7-minute blink dagger if this keeps
And
up.
again, they have 3,
Wow.
potentially 4 melee heroes, depending on what form the Lone Druid's in, and you can call the Bear.
Yeah.
Keeper
a
needs some
really
armor.
good axe
Keeper
game.
only has 1 armor right now. Usually you'll see a ring of protection for Tranquil, but
All he has is a mango.
yeah, Visage just hits him for like a 5th of his HP, and Visage is not that strong. I mean, with precision armor, yeah, but
What?
it's
Oh.
scary.
All these little traps that Vici gave me, like they come from the south through the trees, from the north they're trying to sneak their way in. Hello, it's me, Fenrir.
The wraparound. Misery in some trouble. It's
That
an easy
Drow aura
pickoff.
is the early stats are really showing themselves now.
Yeah.
Plus 35 damage.
Now you can definitely agree that this was the right choice for Vici.
It felt like
putting the
Vici
Drow mid.
knew once Drow gets 6, even if we're not dominating already, we can start to take over, and then on top of that, they get those early kills. This
This
is
is-
how do you turn this around? Cloud9, they have some D push, but once Axe gets a blink, you only have
protect
really
the bear.
that snowball.
You don't let it die again.
They
I
can't
don't-
protect
I don't
it.
think it can live here. Soul Assumption is too much. It's another kill down for a minute.
Go jungle with the Lone Druid. Go keep the lane alive with Coddle. I think it's probably the best choice.
I mean, right now Tusk is only level 2. Lowest level on Vici is 4, and that's the Visage. Right now I feel like this Tusk is just kind of a non-factor. There's just not much Big Daddy can do.
It seems like it's going to be all on Fada on the Beastmaster. If he can make some huge plays, maybe he can start turning this game around, but Brood's not going to win bottom. They clearly can't win top.
They need someone to come in and kill this Drow Ranger. I always actually say Drow Ranger's a very weak point in this draft, but he's been having the time of his life as mid. Been catching up in CS. EE doesn't have Bear for another 30 seconds.
I like this build that Hal went for as well. It's the triple Wraithband on Dro. Gives him some nice stats, but also just helps buff up his team in the early phase like this to get that little bit of extra damage.
169 damage.
Yeah, very nice.
And he's one. Look at all that delicious gold. Ice. He wants it so bad.
His dreams are coming reality here. About 100 gold off the Blink Dagger. I mean, he's 50% higher on CS.
Brood cuts the wave, and then X just tanks the wave, so you don't actually ever pressure
You're
the
supposed
tower.
to be able to out-economize him, though. You're supposed to be able to take the jungle as well as skip the creep wave. So,
but he just got too many spiderlings, it felt like.
He really did.
The Bear again, telekinesis. Will they have the damage this time? It doesn't seem like it. Ice shards, they fly over, but EE just gets dropped in a matter of seconds. Now the snowball onto FY, still trapped inside of the ice shards. But where's the damage coming from? The Coddle just gets obliterated. Now Ice showing off the Blink Dagger on 2. Big Daddy gets chopped. Fada in trouble. Rubik even denied by the neutrals. Oh, it just keeps getting worse for Cloud9. It'll end as a 1 for 4, a half for 4.
Jesus.
What a disaster.
That's one of the most demoralizing fights.
I don't even want to see the graphs after this.
Oh, my.
Sick rotation by Ice.
That was really nice. Wow.
Honestly, they didn't even need him. Like, they'd already traded evenly, even if the rest of the heroes died. That was just brutal.
I mean, for me, it was how fast that Coddle died that just summarized that fight. He just got two-shot. Just fell apart.
He was literally at half health. He took a soul assumption and one auto attack, and he died.
Whew. Bone, he's getting some decent farm relative to the rest of his team. He's got his Midas. Is that enough, though? Berserker's call? Nope, gonna save it for now.
The dance for the tower kill. Bone 7, not interested in partying.
7,500 net worth. The lead for Vici
almost
at 9 minutes.
1,000 gold per minute advantage being gained right now.
That's a benchmark for ownage.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not quite, but I'm... Also, their lineup, I feel like, I don't know, it almost feels like they have to be ahead, to be honest. There's not really as much obvious synergy as what Vici have.
I think Bone should be able to get this tower kill down bottom. It's very close to deny range. Glick comes out in the mid.
And they stole the Bear. They're going to look to push now. They've got Pug now, they've got Drow Aura, they've got a tank for the towers, they have the Blink Axe.
Now, does the Bear stick around if he steals a new spell?
I believe it dies.
It should die. I hope it dies. If not, that's insane.
I think it sticks around.
Really? That's a great steal, though. Not one you see very often.
I actually don't know.
Big plays from FY.
Now that you've said that, I'm questioning myself.
I'm just not sure. It's so rare you see a Rubik steal the Bear summon.
Well, even just heavy 1 Bear is ridiculous. Like, look at this. They're going to take the tier 2 mid. They aren't even with their Axe. Axe is just off in the jungle right now, and there's nothing Cloud9 can do about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Bear on Bear action.
Uh-oh. Oh,
they're going to kill it again!
They're just farming this Bear. It's almost more valuable than hero kills at this point. 300 gold. It's on cooldown for 2 minutes.
Is that 3 or 4 Bear kills now?
I think
at least 3.
I've lost track, yeah. Oh, Bone 7 caught by Ice. Doesn't have the RNG on the spins. Won't be able to get him into Culling Blade threshold. But he does have a Sentry Ward. They see him in the tree line.
And meanwhile, Visage into the Roche pit, it looks like. With the Drought.
With the Medallion as well. Easy.
Vici Gaming just feels like they have Cloud9 completely figured out this series. Every move is working. Now another dunk. Ice. Taking down the Brood, and they will take the Roche.
Cloud9, they are in big trouble here. Look at that net worth chart. You've got 4 of the Vici heroes floating towards the top. And even Rubik, he's not that far behind the leading farmers on Cloud9. Tried and tested. I
mean, it is their first usage in 6.84, but to be fair, Vici Gaming, it's not like they're new to Drow Visage. They were running this all the time in, I think it was 6.82. A lot of Tiny IO, a lot of Drow Visage right after TI 4, and it's something you're probably not expecting at first 2 picks all the time because Vici haven't been running it, but they always have it up their sleeve.
Yeah. I mean, reminds me of Red Bull, fresh in my memory. First game, Secret. Drove Visage opener, and they won that game. I mean, Visage is very strong on this patch, no doubt about that.
The Pugna feels like a really nice touch to this draft, where they know with the Drow that they have a hero that can make any lane setup with a Pugna a lot stronger. He helps them push, gives them a little team fight.
Big Daddy in a lot of trouble. Snowball to try to get away, but the Bear locks him in place, and Tusk.
Wow.
It's taken down.
He's killing Rubik plus summons.
Well, to be fair, he's got a bear and a couple of gargoyles.
He truly is
I
the
know.
Grand Magus right now. He's like commanding an army of summons to do his bidding.
This Coddle's still not quite level 6.
I mean, Cloud9, it seems like they have to resort to desperate measures right now. Rat,
Brood
split
can't
push,
carry, though.
backstep.
Not versus this. Like, I already think...
Brood can't carry. Lone
Yeah.
Druid's completely shut down.
Oh, nice.
Guardian Grieve rush on the Pugna. Now, this is a different take on item builds here.
I like Guardian.
Well, we saw that Huskar Guardian Grieve game.
Oh
my
yeah.
goodness.
That was brutal. I feel like it fits the bill for Pugna, though. Gives you that ability to get out of some roots and what have you with the Purge.
He's also really mana intensive, so the...
You get the free mech.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this spells Mana Leak, right? That's pretty good. Mana Leak is... Ugh.
FY.
Another
a little bit
stolen
aggressive.
there.
But the Gust slows things down. Envy in a lot of trouble. Snowball gets him inside, but now the Snowball is forced forward. It's going to put Envy in the danger zone, too. Super takes a lot of damage with the Soul Assumption, brings down Envy. And now Big Daddy just trying to move through the trees. He's definitely going down here, no doubt about it. It just feels like this lone Druid can't take the heat. It's too much damage.
I don't see the synergy.
I don't either.
I mean, we were wondering what it was going to be, but I didn't expect it to be quite this fast.
It's just insane that they can reliably kill the bear, force Envy to resummon, so FY is like reliably stealing the bear as Rubik. That is
I mean, the way the lanes worked out, having a Drow and 3 ranged heroes versus bear feels like the bear is just useless.
Well, did he
gets
end up getting a
lifted.
stout on the bear?
Maybe I'm sure.
Not that bear, the other bear.
Yeah. The
Oh,
dire.
wait,
There-
never
it's dead.
mind.
He's got 2 Quelly Blades.
You have to wait a minute there, Merlini. Pump the brakes. I mean, look how this is 14 minutes into the game, and they are sieging high ground easily. Cloud9, how do they defend this?
They can.
Well,
they are not defending.
One of
this.
the big buffs to the birds is it can tank tower a lot longer.
Yep, and that barracks, that's it. 14-minute GG is called.
Day 1 is over.
Day 1, actually the fastest day I think we've ever had at Beyond the Summit in general, not just related to summits.
And Vici Gaming through to the top 4. They will face seed number 2 from Group B.
Easiest series or day of Vici's
I mean,
life.
they
Wow.
just steamrolled their way through Group A. They obliterated Rave, obliterated Cloud9.
You know,
They must be pleased with themselves.
I would say so. How
they
could you
probably
not
feel
be?
like they didn't even really play a series. I mean, this was like 20 minutes of gameplay.
Odie, we talked about Vulcan games. This is not the dream for a Vulcan game.
Stream for me.
Even
kinda.
for the winning team, they don't get a chance to rack up kills.
Exactly.
It's
And
just
you know,
over.
normally Envy is worth a lot, and here you look at this kind of a game, and 0-3 on the Lone Druid, that hurts your
I had
fantasy.
FY and Fenrir.
Yeah, this was just totally one-sided.
Good job, Vici. Going
job.
in for the good-mannered.
Defending Summit 2 champions, wanting to repeat.
Yep, here you see them going through the player rooms. There's that mobile cam. The good game handshake. So, wow, what time is it here? It is before 4 o'clock on the Pacific Coast. So,
I guess we're going to have some fun activities,
yeah, we got to
perhaps.
wrangle some folks and do something fun here. We've got plenty of daylight left to play board games.
Let's
or
boot up some... I don't know. What games are we going to play
some
on the fun
Lethal
stream?
League,
The
some
Tower Ascension, whatever thingy.
whatever, the one where you're shooting each
What's
other with
the
the
one where you
arrows.
try to push each other off the edge?
Gang Beasts.
Gang Beasts.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get some
And
Gang
Mount Your
Beasts going.
Friends. Oh, do we have a special edition? We should do a Mount Your Friends, the David Parker edition. Just all David Parker making different faces.
All right, but before we do that, guys, we are going to kind of recap what's happened for the day quickly. So we had 3 games today. We're in Group
Three
A.
series.
3 series.
It felt like 3 games.
3 matches, I should say. And we saw Vici Gaming go through. They win the winner bracket finals, so they're out of the group stage now, and they're into the playoffs. And we will, of course, have Cloud9 dropping down, who will be facing the winner of EG and Rave. So EG and Cloud9, it's a matchup that we've seen a lot before.
I need my binoculars for this, dude.
And, I mean, who's it going to be? If EG gets through versus Rave, do we see them once again being able to take down Cloud9 and lay waste to Eternal Envy's dreams?
I don't know. We won't see until
Do you guys
Friday.
count? Do you guys count Rave out? They got
I don't
demolished by
think so.
Vici, but then again, Cloud9 gets demolished
Didn't
by
EG
Vici.
Yeah.
didn't Rave beat EG or something in DAC? I think they beat one of the
Thanks,
really
Parker.
good teams. But yeah. Anyways, that was a pretty quick day 1. We had Group A today. Tomorrow will be Group B with the other 4 teams, exact same format.
So after tomorrow, we'll know 2 of the teams guaranteed in the top 4.
Absolutely, guys. Remember, the Score Esports is here doing live coverage. They're doing post-game interviews. You can check out their app and stay up to date with everything happening here in the Summit in pretty much real time. It's a great app where you can get your scores. Flick of a wrist.
Pronto.
Snap of a finger. Pronto.
Yeah, like a lot of the stuff we've seen on websites, like what's the stats one, Daily Dota or something like that.
Track Dota. Maybe?
Yeah, but it's mobile, so like you can see like the relative net worth the teams had, the picks and the bans. They did not have the score functionality when we were doing our DAC coverage. I know a lot of people were disappointed about that, but it's pretty awesome. Like you can just be on the road, actually see, exactly what happened in the game, and not just what the score was, but like the actual breakdown of
you get a feel for
picks,
how the game actually
bans,
went.
how one-sided it was, the game length, all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. It's great.
That's great. Hotbed's going to be writing some articles for them again, I believe.
Yeah.
So I was told.
Oh, good. Exciting.
We'll have some fun stuff.
He's
to
a
talk
creative
about.
guy. Oh, speak of the devil. There he is.
Hello, Ken.
Enjoying
what are you going to write about
Funyuns.
today? You're writing for the Score, right?
The underbelly of Beyond the Summit. Uh-oh. I hope there's no pictures.
We don't have a basement.
That's what we tell everyone anyway.
All right, so I think it's time to take a break. We got to figure out what we're doing next. We got to reconvene and get some people hyped up to play some board games because...
Yeah, the matches are over, guys, but we'll have the stream up for a bit. We'll have some fun activities of some kind. We're going to figure out what those are, I guess.
Day 1 of 5. We have 4 more days of glorious Summit 3 action.
I know. I mean...
It's sun shining,
Can you imagine if this is like a precursor of what's to come? Can you imagine what the playoffs are going to be like?
Well, I hope it's not straight ownage all the way through.
Well, no, I mean
2-0, like 30 minutes.
That's why I say the playoffs
entire
relative to
tournament.
both groups. If you have like something like this in both groups, the playoffs are going to be about as explosive as it gets, huh?
Huh?
Yeah. Huh?
Sound Canadian.
Hey. Okay.
Anyways.
Are there? Okay. Yeah. Whatever. All right. So we're having a break, guys. Stick around. We'll update you with what the plan is. You're watching the Summit 3 by Gigabyte.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. There you go.